welcome. We are here with the one and only Coach Aaron Phillips.
Hello, dear.
How's it feel to be on this side today?
I'm honored. I was nominated by Miss Charity Phillips. And, well, I guess
A couple of members.
a lot of people have been asking. We've never done one with me, so I suppose it was time.
Yeah, awesome. So we're going to jump into our questions today. We kind of got a lot of them. At what point did you decide to pursue martial arts as a career?
To pursue martial arts as a career, whenever I was in high school, I told my mom I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to open up a martial arts academy. And so somewhere around 14, 15 years old, I knew that, I just really enjoyed teaching, working with kids. Obviously, I was teaching adults too, but I was super passionate about it from an early age. I started when I was 7, and then so by the time I was like 15, I was still rocking and rolling, and just that was my goal. I knew it.
Awesome. So, what's been your biggest achievement in martial arts thus far?
Ooh, I would say head kicks 2.0. So it's just back to the whole dream thing. That was what the goal was to be. So and where we're at right now in my fight career and stuff. So I think it's all kind of coming together at a proper time. So a big fight coming up in a big arena, big venue. But 2.0 was the goal, and and it doesn't have to be the end goal too. I think there's still a lot more to come as a result of it. So I'd say the facility, but the people, the different programs that we offer, the family atmosphere, that was always to kind of proof of concept that it would work was always a challenge to me, because a lot of people focus on one thing, kids or adults or fitness or personal training, and it's a difficult road to do all of the different pieces, but that was the challenge to see. I always thought it could work to where we have grandparents training here, kids training here, people doing personal training, make it a family unit, family atmosphere. And so to somewhat accomplish that proof of concept, is an accomplishment for us.
So you have fought in the UFC, and you got a big show coming up soon. So from Cody Dillahay, what has been your biggest motivating factor to be able to train and compete at one of the highest levels of the sport?
Good question, Cody Dillahay. So I'm 30, and I've got just a few years left, good ones left in me. So I think before I'm 34 years old, 35 years old, unless I'm competing for a title belt, then this is like the home stretch, the home run. So I just I want to see what the peak is, and we got a lot of momentum, and I push hard to kind of go somewhere, but also to bring the guys with us. So I'm fighting in Dallas, but we've got 5 other teammates fighting with us as well. So the different opportunities that I can help create, just helps to broaden the network for the rest of the team. Meet new people from elsewhere I travel, kind of bring in some people. Next year's goal is to start to bring seminars. We've never hosted a seminar. We never had a facility kind of big enough to be able to do so. So now I've trained all kinds of places, and we want to be able to bring in some guys and help use that network for the students and the staff and everything.
So you did say owning a school was always the plan. That was one of the questions. So what was the inspiration behind head kicks, and is it what you thought that it would be and everything that you had hoped that it would be?
The inspiration behind the brand of head kicks, or that just kind of, I think I had like 3 or so head kick knockouts in a row, and some of my college buddies, I would walk into a room and they would just be like, "Hey, that's a head kick," and that just kind of, it stuck. And I think maybe a few years ago I created a little logo, and or Mr. Robbie Bishop, we did a shoot. We would do some fun shoots, and I did a kick with my buddy Everett, and
that kick right there.
Yeah, so that's actually me on the logo, and we just cropped out Everett. So he's like 6'7", but he was there. So that's actually me on the logo, and so it makes it personable. It makes it real. Something I take pride in. So that was the inspiration for the brand.
Awesome. So what's from Cody Dillahay, what's the plan for the next 5 to 10 years? Opening more schools and expanding, MMA goals, What's the thought?
So for MMA goals, the next 5 years is to push myself and the team as far as we can go. I also want to raise up instructors with that. So we just had like our first big wave of blue belts come through, as we reach year 4 of our academy. So that's all fun. We want to take some guys to travel to Thailand, maybe even Brazil, across the nation too. So 5 years for me, I want to be competing in the high level, within the next year. My next fight is a high level fight. So I want to see where that goes, and we'll keep that train moving as long as it goes. As far as other academies and things like that, we still, we're going to get our feet underneath us right here. Things are just starting to settle down from the grand opening and everything, and we've got a little bit of land right here, so I don't think we're done with where we're at right now. I think we want to put in the kids' playground. We want to build a facility that helps people, for weightlifting, like. Has weights, has treadmills, has cardio machines where they can come in and maybe even have 24-hour access to it. So whether that's attached to head kicks or adjacent to it, something like that, that's something we want to add in as well. So with other academies, if we have some students, people have asked me even before, but time will tell. We're just.
Still kind of just getting started.
Yeah, still, really, we're still young, so. We shall see.
So, if you could get a redo at any point in your life, would you change anything? That could be in MMA training locations, styles, college, your career path, investments, any and all of the above.
Those are deep questions there. Who asked that question?
Cody Dillahay. Cody Dillahay.
You got any regrets, Cody Dillahay? I think it's all good. My training has helped me go all over the world and train all over the nation, and Chair and I met not through Thailand, but she has her lineage in Thailand or her history in Thailand, and I have mine there. So I think it was all how it was supposed to be, and if it wasn't, we just roll with it. It's all good. I'm happy with where we're at. We got a family, business, kids, so we just learn, life has ups and downs, and it's all good. So.
Good question, Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
So, how amazing is it that you get to spend every day with your kids? I'm sure all the dads are envious of that. And being in that, how is it now coming full circle and actually getting to coach your kids with Hosea?
So I mean, the kids do go to day school now. They're a little bit older, so now they go, down the road to a nice day school from 9 to 2. But we get to see them every day, and it's not like I do appreciate every single day that I get to see them for several hours a day, or that I'm not having to miss them for periods of time. And there may come a time where I would have to for a fight camp or something like that, but we've been fortunate so far that for the most part we've been able to travel a little bit, but still see them on a regular basis, right? So I is super fortunate. I'm very happy for that. It's also a balance because like work must be done, but it's like school is a blessing, like work must be done, and like to have the kiddos with you at all times, like it's hard to shift gears when you're like, you're trying to be hyper efficient at one thing, or answer the phone, or kind of be creative on a curriculum or on something, and then the kiddos, need the attention. But it's like, do you invest in the facility, in the curriculum, in your students? Do you invest in your kids? And there's no right answer, no wrong answer there. You just have to figure out how to do both of them. So, we're doing our best, man. It is a blessing, though, for sure. Like, that's something I would never regret, is just spending the additional time, around the kiddos and stuff like that. So, if anything, we want to spend more time, but, the work has to be done as well. So, yeah, but it's good. What was the next question?
So someone did ask, how has coaching enriched your life, and how has that changed since Jose has been in class? Does that change at all? My
favorite class was always a 3 and 4-year-old class. So even though teaching one 3 and 4-year-old class is like consuming the amount of energy for like a 2.5-hour MMA practice, that 30-minute class, but 10 3-year-olds is something else. But that's my favorite class, and that's why I've taught it since I was like 12 years old, and I've never stepped out of it. So maybe it keeps me young too. you know, but Hosea's in it now, and you know, my goal is to see him enjoy it from 3 years old to 7 to 12 to a teenager, and not put the tons of pressure on him. Like, if he ever wants to take a break, like, that's totally fine. It would crush me, but like, and he trains 4 days a week in the 5 and 6 year old class, and like, he's not supposed to be in that class, but like, we let him do it one day because he loved it, and he's never asked to not do class, and so. As long as he loves it, then, you know, it obviously makes me feel super special. So like, I experiment, you know, the different curriculums that I build are to see him like enjoy, you know, challenge, grow, compete, but to where it would like last, you know, from here to 18, or from here to, you know, if he stays in town or whatever he decides to do after that in college, like to let him enjoy the benefits of martial arts from 3 to 18. That's like the goal for Hosea and Esther, and so it kind of helps me to formulate, you know, everything, you know, efficiency-wise, curriculum-wise for the rest of the kiddos, and obviously I get to experiment with our own children, but I think that makes it a win-win too, you know, because I'm most invested in that over the next like 15 years, and Hosea like enjoying it and appreciating it and growing as a result of it, and, you know, keeping him out of trouble, keeping him in a good standing with friends and good positive influence. So that's one of the main priority goals for sure.
Mm-hmm. So this is from Scott Foley. Shout out to Scott, one of our fitness members. What's the first and foremost, top of the list, most important quality it takes, in your opinion, to be successful as a husband, a father, fighter, business owner? What's the
Patience and perseverance, and listening. Listening is a big one.
That's a good one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you have to have the drive for sure, but then you also have to, if you drive without listening, then you just drive the wrong direction. So sometimes I need to stop and listen to my wife, or listen to the staff, or just hear from parents or my own children. You know, I have my drive, but you've got to be receptive, and just make sure you're not just pulling yourself, you're pulling everybody in the proper direction that they need to go. So, you know, patience and listening, and I think a lot of strong leaders have that charisma to go. So sometimes maybe that doesn't need to be. There's not enough people saying like go, do. But sometimes you need to just make sure you're going in the right direction. And so sometimes we drive and we go to Arkansas, and I'm like, don't worry about the directions, just go. And then we find out we're going the wrong way, and it's like, okay, we should have just stopped and put out the maps, and then make sure we're going in the right direction first. So. Yeah, maybe that, listening a little bit, listening.
It's a good one,
Yeah.
I like it. So what's the best aha moment or life-changing piece of advice you've ever been given? Also stop.
That was a tough one. I read that one last night, so I don't know entirely about that. I just know that I had when I was in college, I had a lot of tough conversations, or I went through a really butterfly changing, maturing phase when I was in college, and a lot of that is thanks to the Chi Alpha program at UL, and it's a lot of my friends Cole and Charlie, kind of the discipleship program that was there. My father was my parents divorced, and we kind of had a little bit of a distant relationship, and so I needed some men, some strong discipleship, and I found gave my life to Christ in college, and so I kind of had to work through some tough things, and so reconnected with my father. And so for some reason, it wasn't like a quote or like a life-changing piece of advice. That was just something over the course of probably 4 years of just constantly just talking to people and being mentored, and button heads, but just spending life with people that gave of their time and helped to disciple me. That kind of took me. It was a big moment when I was able to reconnect with my father after 5-6 years. So, and now he gets to see Hosea and Esther, and they live in Texas, but we get to go do that on occasion. So that was a big that opened up a whole lot more doors, to me, just to be able to like once that big obstacle was kind of, tackled per se, like everything else became a lot, more tackleable too. So I don't have an aha. Oh, but well, I do have one, like Chair and I were talking about too, like I get a lot of inspiration from my wife because sometimes, every day in business and in kids and everything, you have like tough questions and stuff, and it's like Charity does a good job. I don't know where she got the quote from, but she just says like, just make the next right choice, right? Always do the next right thing, like wherever you're at, because you're just gonna have, things bombarding you, and so whatever decision you have coming up, no matter, if you messed up yesterday or whatever, like today's a new day, and just make the next right choice, and so do the next right thing. So that's a big one I learned from my wife. So,
from Miss Kim Williams, do you travel with the unicycle always?
No, we just pulled the unicycle out of storage while we went to Arkansas. Charity got it for me for my birthday like 5 years ago, and it was a great gift. And unfortunately, it just went into storage for quite a while. It turns out you have a family and a business, you don't have much time for unicycling. But we took it out there to Arkansas and trying to.
But BYOU, bring your own unicycle.
Bring your own unicycle. Now we got a parking lot. You can unicycle from Johnson Street to the end of the lot. So, yeah.
Awesome. So what's I guess from me, what's the goal for the end of the year? What's your thoughts going to the end of this year, going from Head Kicks 1.0 to 2.0, and kind of your thoughts on being here and your goal for next year? What's the vision? And I know we just came up with, thanks to Coach Tyler, the fight is kind of our vision and mission, the family, integrity, God in the center, humility, and teamwork. And so what are your thoughts about how we're going to put that into action next year?
Yeah, so the first main goal for this year is to win these big fights on November 7th. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of pressure on the team, on myself, and a lot of opportunities to be able to come from that for everybody, if we have a great performance. So, with big wins November 7th, we could have a lot bigger goals in 2020 as far as the fight path, the fight career, the competition scene, stuff like that. So at the end of this year, we kind of just want to focus on our members, and going into family season, holiday season, and just we're doing the Fall Fest and the maze, and just appreciate the guys that have been with us through the transition. Transition's tough, change is tough. Nobody likes change, so we appreciate everybody's patience, and we hope it's better off for everybody. And so for 2020, we want to start to see what the next plan is for, to help make it better, make the whole facility better. Like, we ran out of room, so now we have more room, But we want to do the weight. Now we hear people want to do weights and stuff like that. So we want to, what's the next step to? We have the property, and we want to put the playground in for sure, by spring of next year. We want to bring in maybe a smoothie place up towards the front of the lot. So we just want to make this, this piece of land that we have, like, more family friendly, more of a place where people can come and, like, not just in and out, but stay and have a picnic by the tree or do the playground. To really make this kind of a place where people can hang out and do some things outside with their family, and maybe incorporate the weights and separate area for all that. So, yeah.
Awesome. I think one of our goals for sure has always been to we've been very, very blessed. The Lord has blessed us so much in our marriage and through Head Kicks and all the things that we have. And so our goal has always been to create something and a place where people can come and feel loved and experience the love of Christ, and where we can bless other people. And I know that you bless a ton of people, and you bless our lives every day, so we appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you, dear.
Thanks.
Love you.
Love you too. So, thanks for having us. That's us.
Yep. The fight's November 7th. I'm fighting Vinisha Zani, a tough Brazilian. Michael Stahl is fighting Richard Odoms, another pro fight. And then we got Braden, Tyler Hill, and Chris Jean-Baptiste as well, fighting for Cajuns versus Cowboys. Presented by Cox Oil, November 7th, Thursday, November 7th. Taking the fight on the road. All right, wish us luck. Thank you guys for everything.